Hey guys, here we are on the Dallara P217 at Daytona for a short race, and I just wanted to show an incident that happened between two drivers. We were right behind them. As you can see, we were over here battling for fourth or fifth or something like that. And then there's a battle for second place, I believe, and just intriguing to point out. So I'm just going to play it and then I'll analyze it after. And I'm going to show that in TV view just to get one more perspective. So the first thing to point out is this move made by the 29 car into this corner. He was pretty far back, and he saw a spot open at the last minute, and then he went towards the inside. I think it was a pretty impressive move, to be honest. There was a hole, and he made it stick, and he was basically side by side and was almost able to clear by the corner exit. And then I don't know if this guy was upset with the move, that fact it was like such a late dive bomb. I mean, like from his perspective, if we just go on board, it's like I think you'll see that we can't really see him at all until the last second. And I feel like it's more of an accident than anything, but I feel like the main takeaway is that even when you're side by side on a straight like this, you still have to be careful with how close you are to the other car, because whether this was intentional or not, I think this guy was still trying to just turn to exit away from getting on the curb, and then this guy you still see I think he made a small correction and just moved away from this like line, and they made contact, and then they ended up unfortunately collecting that GT3 car as well. But if we just look at this car and their perspective of where they were next to the curb, I feel like they were still having to turn here, as you can see, and then the straight finally came, and they were just making sure they were off the curb completely. They tried to correct, and it's just a very weird move. So I don't feel like they jutted out. I guess they just didn't want to maybe get onto this part of the curb or something, or maybe they were just trying to hopefully assume. Maybe he was assuming this car was going to go over there so they could both get past this GT3 on the right hand side. Or if we just play this full speed. It just seems a bit early to be doing that. If you're noticing the closing speed, then maybe you could start realizing that. But I mean, he wasn't really any faster than this car had. They're like what 90 miles per hour, and they were still accelerating. You don't really start to get that overlap until near the end. So I feel if he was trying to do that, that was very precautionary and unnecessary. But yeah, it's like obviously this didn't involve me, so that's nice. But this guy who made a move, you just have to be careful at this point. If we're still side by side, maybe just peel over to the right hand side to be safe. I mean, unless there's a car there, but I feel that this guy, you just have to always be worrying about those things. So just wanted to share that. Hope you enjoyed.